So yesterday we talked about gallbladder, liver, and pancreas. Now we'll continue the lecture of absorption and digestion in small intestine. So basically, we know that number of enzymes are released in the stomach, number of enzymes are released in the small intestine, and some enzymes are released by the help of pancreas, and bile is coming from the liver. So next, so the what will happen in the small intestine? The secretion of epithelium of the intestinal glands is stimulated by the presence of food in the duodenum, the intestinal enzymes. So how the intestine release their enzymes? It has the ability to sense that the food is inside his area, inside his place. So what he will do, he will release the enzyme. Okay, the intestinal enzymes are, what are the enzymes? Peptidase, sucrase, maltase, and lactase. Okay, different enzymes are there which will digest different products. What will peptidase digest? It will break down the protein. Protein is a complex chain. Okay, so it will divide. It will divide into. It will divide into uh, simple complex. So basically, peptidase will digest protein. Okay, protein into small, shorter chains. Okay, sucrase, maltase, and lactase respectively digest the disaccharides, sucrose, maltose, and lactose to monosaccharides. So these are the complex of what are the sugars we are eating. The carbohydrates are present in the food. It will do the simple molecules. Okay, sucrase, maltase, and lactase. The enteroendocrine cells of the intestinal glands secretes the hormones of the small intestine. Secretion is stimulated by food entering the duodenum. Okay, so here, what are the cells are present in the intestinal glands? Release the hormones. Okay, so with the help of those hormones, whatever food entering the duodenum, okay, it will help for digestion. Okay, so basically, here I think so. Complete picture is given. Here you have the digestive secretions, saliva, gastric juice, bile, okay, enzyme, bicarbonate enzymes. What are the gastrin, secretin, polycyclonase? Okay, either these are the chemical secretions which help for digestion. Next, the important function of small intestine is absorption. How the food absorb? How will we get the nutrition from the food? This is very important question. Absorption. Most absorption of the end products of digestion takes place in the small intestine. Okay. Although the stomach does absorb water and alcohol, the presence of absorption requires a large surface area, which is provided by several structural modifications of the small intestine. Palaisa circularis or circular folds are microscopic folds of the mucosa and submucosa, somewhat like accordion plates. The mucosa is further folded into protection called villi, which gives the inner surface of the intestine a velvet-like appearance. Each columnar cell of the villi also have microvilli. Microvilli are microscopic folds of the cell membrane are collective, called the brush border. All of these folds greatly increase the surface area of the intestinal lining. It is estimated that the intestinal mucosa could be flattened out. It covered more than 2000 square feet. Okay. So basically here we have the intestine. This is the intestine because food need large surface area to absorb. So stomach is very small, so you need large area. So we already know that small intestine is the number of feet. Okay, the number of feet. So small intestine is the area which gradually the food absorb. So basically We know that there are the four layers of the alimentary canal. What are the food pipe or stomach or intestine? What the areas are have four levels: mucosa, submucosa, and one is muscles and serosa. So basically, on the upper level, mucosa, submucosa, we have this is the structure. Okay, this is the structure. We can see that this is the structure of each and every area of the intestine. Okay, we have respective things are there, cells are there, absorptive cells. Here we have, and we have goblet cells, and we have lacteal cells. These are the capillary network. With the help of absorption, it will go to the system of circulation, and we have enteroendocrine cells. This is the villi. This is the villi, and above that we have microvilli, like brush. We do brush. So the brush have, you observe that is a microvilli. Okay, so that's the reason we call brush powder. We call blush powder. All this fold. Okay, the absorption of nutrition takes place from the lumen of the intestine within the villi. So basically, villi is the area where absorption happens. Okay, we've already seen that each villi have capillary network circulation. Okay, and as well as they absorb water and other things, monosaccharides, amino acids, positive ions, water soluble vitamins. Okay, so they will go and absorb gradually because it is going from higher concentration, lower concentration. Okay, so and minerals also, sodium, all things are absorbed. But one thing is that here, one vitamin B12, certain nutrients have additional special requirements. Some nutrients need some other help to absorb. Like here, one example is given: B12. Okay, B12 requires intrinsic factor produced by the parietal cells of the gastric mucosa, and the efficient absorption of calcium ions require parathyroid hormone and vitamin D. Here, here we have vitamin B12 need intrinsic factor. One factor is there which helps vitamin B12 to absorb. So that is secreted by parietal cells of gastric mucosa. Okay, this is very important. And likewise, I already studied that need calcium. If you want to absorb the calcium, we need two things: parathyroid hormone and vitamin D. So if the parathyroid hormone is low, calcium absorption is low. The parathyroid works very fast, very extra growth, calcium absorb more. If the vitamin D is normal, no, vitamin D is more calcium will absorb. So we need in homeostasis, normal range. Okay. Fat soluble nutrients are absorbed into the lymph in the lacteal of villi. Bile salts are necessary for the efficient absorption of fatty acids and the fat soluble vitamins. So here bile important is very necessary. Bile is very necessary to absorb fat. So we have other vitamins like A, D, E, and K. These are fat soluble. So we need bile salt. So yesterday I told you if gallbladder is removed, so liver is sending the bile direct to the small intestine. So what will happen? It will release from the large intestine because you are even not eating the food. So what will happen? The bile will not work. If you are eating the food, the other hormones is forced to release the gallbladder, the bile secretions. So it will come and it will digest and break down the fat and fat soluble vitamins. So most of the people who have liver issues, gallbladder issues, they also have vitamin A deficiency, D deficiency, E deficiency, and K deficiency also because the bile is not here to absorb those vitamins. Okay. Once absorbed Fatty acids are recombined with glycerol to form glycerides. So after, what will happen? These are absorbed. Fatty acid will combine with glycerol and make triglycerides. They form globules. That complex are called chylomicrons. In the form of chylomicrons, most absorbed fat is transported by the lymph and eventually enters the blood. In the left subclavian vein. Okay. Blood from the capillary network in the villi does not return directly to the heart, but first travel through the portal vein to the liver. So the first from the digestive system, from the small intestine, it will travel to the liver. Okay, liver. This path enable to the liver to regulate the blood vessels of glucose and amino acid, store certain vitamins, and remove potential poisons from the blood. What will it will do? It will metabolize. It will do that. What will harmful things is there in the present in the blood? It will remove that. And potentialize means it will make those substance to absorb your body. Okay, I am giving one big apple. Which much of apple? I am telling that you have to put the whole apple into your mouth. Are you able to put whole apple into your mouth? The answer is no. So if I'm giving small apple, small fruit, one grapefruit, if you I'm putting your mouth, so please eat that whole fruit. I will eat easily because it is very small. So likewise, liver will do according to the cell. It will metabolize. It will give how the cell intake the nutritions. Okay. So what will happen if you doesn't chew the food properly? If doesn't gastric juice or amylase, whatever releasing by the our saliva is not absorbed in the food, what will happen? The teeth or the mouth work will be done by the digestion of the stomach. The stomach work will also do on the large intestine, heavy work, the large small intestine, and other works will be overloaded to the liver. So liver function is gradually decreased. So for the person who have liver problems, they have different issues. So that's the reason we have to give their prospective works to the organs to decrease the overload. Okay. So I think you understood absorption part. Now we have large intestine. Okay. Large intestine here to the eliminate the whatever unnecessary food. The large intestine is the called colon. We know that it is approximately 5 feet in length. It extends from the ileum of the small intestine to the anus, the terminal opening. The parts of the colon are shown. So you can see that this is the ileum where the small intestine ends, and here the junction. Here junction between small and large intestine, we have one extra groove that is called appendix, and we have the cecum. Okay, this is the ascending colon we will call. This is ascending colon. This is cecum. This is appendix, ileum, and this is the descending colon. Oh, sorry, this is transfer colon. This is the descending colon. This is the sigmoid colon. This is the rectum. This is the anal. This is the anus. So last part is ascending, transfer, descending, sigmoid, rectum, anal, anus. So these are the part of the large intestine. Okay. Here something will happen to the appendix. Some person will get inflammation, pain. So what will the surgeon do? Surgeon will advise to remove the appendix because it is will come harmful effect. Appendicitis. Okay. So no digestion takes place in the colon. The only secretion of the clonical mucosa is mucus, which lubricates the passage of fecal material. The longitudinal smooth layer of the colon in three bands, tenai coli. The rest of the colon is gathered up to fit these bands. This gives the colon a puckered appearance. The puckers or pockets are called haustra. So here we have the this uh puckers are called haustra. These are the foldings. So here mucosa is there, but here no digestive function will happen because mucosa to maintain the peristaltic for the if the peristaltic bubble happen, the waste material easily go out. So what are the function of the colon? Digestion will not happen, but here absorption of water will happen. Absorption of material, whatever remaining minerals are there in the food, it will absorb. The remaining vitamins will absorb, and it will eliminate undigested food. About 80% of water that enters the colon is absorbed. So here 80% water is absorbed by the colon. Positive and negative ions are also absorbed. The vitamins absorbed are those called normal flora. The trillions of bacteria that live in the colon, vitamin K is produced and absorbed in amount unusually sufficient to meet a person's daily needs. Other vitamins absorbed in smaller amounts include riboflavin, thiamine, biotin, folic acid. Everything absorbed by the colon circulates first to the liver by the way of portal circulation. And another function of the normal colon flora is to inhibit the growth of pathogen. So basically here, it will absorb whatever necessary things are present in the food, and it may be whatever things, okay, and it will remove the unwanted food or undigested food. And it have number of bacteria, trillions of bacteria that are living in the colon. That is known as good bacteria. And it will not come harm. But what did they do? They will protect the colon by entering from that area because undigested food, it will become dampness. What will do? It will dryness also, and sometimes it will become pathogenic to destroy or to harm. Will release the harmful things from that area. Okay, so we have good bacteria which protects the colon by entering the different things from that undigested food. Okay, so next is elimination of phases. So the undigested food or unutilized food, whatever is it, will go through that large intestine to the anus. Feces consist of cellulose and other undigested material, dead and living bacteria, and water. Eliminating of feces is accomplished by the deficiency reflex, a spinal cord reflex that may be controlled voluntary. The rectum is usually empty until peristalsis of the colon pushes feces into it. These waves of peristalsis tend to occur after eating, especially when food enters the duodenum. The wall of rectum is stretched by the entry of feces. This is the stimulus to the deficient reflex. Stretch receptors in the smooth muscle layer of the rectum generate sensory impulse that travel to the scleral spinal cord. The returning motor impulse causes the smooth muscle of the rectum to contract. Surrounding the anus is the internal anal sphincter, which is made up of smooth muscle. As part of the reflex, this sphincter relaxes, permitting the deficient to take space. So here we have the this is the colon. How the peristaltic movements happen. Here explained. So after eating food, the entering of the food into the small intestine will make peristaltic movements. With that movements, whatever undigested food is, it will go forward. So when we reach is that area, this is the rectum or anal sigmoid colon. The anus has sphincter, the closeness. It will not open until brain ordered. Okay, so this is the reflex from the spinal cord. If the sigmoid colon or rectum is full with the feces, so what will happen? It will give the information to the brain. The brain will, what will it will do? It will open the sphincter. So this area is in your control. It is involuntary, but it is voluntary. So that's the reason you can hold the bathroom, toilet, or motion for a while, for some time. But holding the motion is very bad because here the faces wanted come out, and you are ordering the brain, please neglect it. Okay, you are neglecting. So what will brain, whenever you will get the motion, The habitude of the brain will affect that he will always neglect. Okay, so it will make the stool hard, and the gases are passing from that area. Okay, your digestive system is very bad, poor, due to this holding of the feces or urination. Some patient will, some person will hold urine. It is also very bad habit, because when you are holding the urine, so you are weakening your the sphincter. Whatever sphincter is there, the sphincter is in your control. Then only you will open that. Then urine passes. Same same function here also. Anus. So we have internal and external sphincter. Both sphincter are there. So it will help. Okay. So basically, we completed large intestine, and we have the one topic. You can see here, sphincters, anal canal. Here, okay. Here columns. This is the anus. These are sphincters. These are the sphincters. These are the sphincters. External, internal. Both will hold. So you can see that large intestine is coming through that area, and you have that anus. So very nature give us beautiful, very beautiful, can say, very logical things, which can help the body. Okay, so whatever undigested food, it will eliminate from the body, but you are taking harmful substance nowadays. Large number of people eat food outside. Okay, uh and some food would spicy food. So what will it will do, it will harm the digestive enzymes, it will damage the mucosa, it will damage the peristaltic movements, it will damage the, it will whenever absorption of these harmful substance would enter, it will enter into the liver, it will and then the from that liver it will enter into the circulation, from that heart it will go throughout the body. So you have to be safe, don't eat outside food regularly. Once a month or twice a month is be okay, but after that you have to drink a lot of water to eliminate those toxic substance. So you need to take 3 to 4 liters of water daily according to the weight. Okay, and this is the best thing. Next we have one topic left. We'll finish the topic tomorrow, remaining part of liver function. Okay, so anyone have any doubt, you can ask.